Featuring primarily West African art, the African Art Beats Gallery in Washington's Cleveland Park neighborhood was started in 2019, just before the COVID pandemic, by curator Anne-Beatrix Keller-Samedeni.
I wanted to show that this scene existed, that on this continent there was this very bright, very dynamic art scene, and that they painted beautiful painting that very often you wouldn't know they're from there. So this is why the gallery was born. And in fact, it was supposed to be a virtual gallery, but to launch the virtual gallery, I thought, okay, let's empty everything, because it was a home. Remove all the furniture, all the rugs, and just put artworks on the walls.
A Tunisian native, Samedeni lived in Togo and Cameroon before coming to the United States to work as a translator and interpreter.
And I made a point, in fact, of visiting them in their studios. I befriended many of them. Then when I went around, when I visited the region, I would go to Senegal, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, because I kind of traveled around. Then I would also make a point to meet artists there. And many of them asked me to give them visibility once I would be back in America.
Each room of Samedeni's gallery brings together artists from West Africa who paint with a specific message or theme.
Here you have Gérard Gabayan. Gérard Gabayan is an artist from Senegal. Everything you see on the artwork is recycled. This painting is painted on burlap. The burlap is from bags that contain sugar or pepper. And then there is collage, so paper, charcoal, pastel, acrylic. All the writing you see is in Wolof, one of the languages of Senegal. All the art of Gérard Gabayan is about the environment, and Gérard started working on the environment far before we all talked about it.
Other artists featured, such as Pascal Kanan, encourage social action or self-reflection through their pieces.
And he's really, for me, a success story, because Pascal grew up in a slum in Abidjan. And he was very gifted. Although his father had no money, he hired someone at his church, an artist at his church, to work with Pascal, to teach Pascal about art. So, believe it or not, this is bleach and acrylic on denim. And his work is about us, where do we come from? Who are we? Where are we going? What is our social and environmental impact? He's very worried about pollution, e-waste pollution, irresponsible urbanization.
The African Art Beats Gallery also doubles as a home for Anne-Beatrix and her husband, giving people a chance to visualize the art in their own homes before buying. It also gives Anne-Beatrix the opportunity to get to know the individual style of artists.
And I wanted to show that this art wouldn't need to look African, so there are all these kind of prejudices or ideas we could have of what art should look like, and that's what I wanted to show, that there was this contemporary art scene, and that these artists had the universal messages to share, and that this message, we have the same here, we have the same, or maybe slightly different, but there is a connection between all of them.
African Art Beats is expecting to host young and up-and-coming West African artists for an open gallery exhibition this March. Anthony LaBruto, VOA News, Washington.